Hello and welcome everyone to a very special sessions in A Plus Talks podcast. My name is Dita Amanda and together with Tiara Plangi Lubis, we are very thrilled to have today's sessions. We have the wonderful team from Grenoble École de Management, one of Europe's leading international business school.
Today's session is a very special opportunity for Indonesian students, parents, and educators who are exploring scholarship possibilities, studying abroad, and experiencing life as an international student. We are honored to be joined by Madam Chahndra Dalpong, Director of the MBA program, Madam Nancy Blanche-Locatelli, Director of Undergraduate Programs, and Dr. Dana Brown, Director of International and Corporate Partnerships. A very warm welcome to each of you, and thank you for being with us. It is such an honor to have all of you in A Plus Talks. We'll begin with a presentation from Madam Chahndra Dalpong, followed by a brief Q&A. Then we'll continue with question for Ms. Blanche Locatelli and Dr. Brown to hear even more insights about opportunities for Indonesian students. Please welcome Ms. Dalpong. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for this invitation. It's lovely to join another connection internationally. As an expat myself, I enjoy living here in France. I've been here for about 23 years, and I actually am a graduate from the MBA program myself. And I've been running the program for about 2 years with a vision on the connection through alumni as well as strengthening really the applied methodology that we have here at GEM, kind of a hands-on experience and a true connection to companies as well as our network, which is rich with 2,300 MBA alumni as well as over 43,000 alumni around the world. So we're a very international business school. We've been around for about 40 years now. So we've just celebrated our 40th anniversary, and we've been running the MBA itself for over 20 years. So a very rich collaboration around the world. We've had off-site programs around the world as well. And we welcome, I think this year, Michelle, you're with us today as well, one of our current students in her first year. And we have actually a very rich cohort in our 21 students for our full-time program. We have actually 13 nationalities, so it's quite a nice, varied group.
Wow, thank you so much for that insightful presentation. I love to ask you a few key questions before we continue. What do you think? What types of scholarship are available for international MBA students, particularly from Indonesia?
Of course. So we have a wide group, like I say, a very diverse group coming in. So we do like to open up a scholarship to diversity. So we do have a diversity scholarship that's available. We kind of have a STEM scholarship as well, and definitely looking to make sure to keep and maintain a balance that we have. We have a gender parity that's been running for several years, where we have just, I think, 11 of our 21 students this year are female. So we have women, we have a strong women leadership in our group. So we want to make sure that we also have this gender parity, which I think allows for a much more rich and open discussion, where women have a place around the table as well and can feel confident in that. So we also have some very special scholarships specifically for the MBA. We do run that in connection with our research programs. So with our research departments, we have a women's program. So we have a women's scholarship entrepreneurship. So women who are looking to support especially other women, or men who are looking to support women in entrepreneurial ventures. We also have a research chair around, I'm trying to remember the name of it now, economic peace. Which has been running, and we offered a 50% scholarship on that. So when we have these scholarships, it's a competitive one-shot. That means we allow one student in at a 50% rate. Normally, obviously, this can also be balanced with economic needs, but people who are aligned with our research chairs are very important. We also have a sustainability scholarship, so territories in transition around sustainability, So these are the kind of scholarships that you can find on the website on our MBA, as well as the standard discounts and the standard scholarships that we have at the on-site.
Okay,
All right.
interesting.
Wow, so many scholarship and so many opportunities for this scholarship. But how competitive are the scholarships? Roughly, what percentage of students receive one?
So I think all students receive a scholarship in general because there are a lot of students who are going to be coming in, for example, early bird. So we could have an early bird scholarship. So most students do receive a scholarship at GEM.
Oh, okay. One last question. What are the most important qualities of achievements you look for in MBA scholarship applicants?
So I think it's really about mentality, the way that you approach things. We want people who are open-minded, who are coming here, who are curious, who have an appetite for change and challenge. This is an MBA in management around transition, so projects around change, really. You want to get in there and identify issues and identify ameliorations that you could be making within a company. So this is the most important. So resilience, of course, is interesting. People who have challenged the status quo and want to keep going. Even if you've had, for example, an entrepreneurial venture that you've tried and perhaps it didn't work out for various reasons and you've come out of that a little bit stronger and still willing to continue and still willing to put in the effort to challenge and to make a change or to continue a new venture. So someone who's resilient, someone who's curious, open-mindedness, a good communicator, that's really important. I expect people to come in and be able to communicate their ideas, communicate their values, communicate their passion. So these are definitely the key points that I'm looking for.
No, thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Dalpong.
Yeah, you're making me want to go back and do an MBA myself, Miss Talpong. I hope you don't have any age restrictions on this because I'm turning 40 this year.
Well, actually, interestingly enough, I did my MBA here at GEM when I was 40.
Oh,
And we
really?
yes, but the diversity is important. I think, Michelle, you've been in the program this year, and I'm sure you're going to be asked about that. And it's actually good to have a viewpoint of someone who's doing the program recently, because of course I did mine 10 years ago, so we won't count, but let's just say that we have a very diverse group ranging from about 26 to 45. So I expect people all across the range to really be people who can come in and add value to the program. So even if you're 26, you have something amazing to add. And if you're 45, you're curious, but you also want to give back. You're a mentor. So this kind of mentality is really important. And I think it's a very rich experience to have, like I say, a gender parity, a lot of diversity, but diversity is also about age as well. So I think that's important. People bring a different viewpoint no matter where they're coming from.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Chahndra. Now it's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Nancy Blench Locatelli, Director of Undergraduate Program. Hi, Nancy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. So you are the Director of Undergraduate Programs. I think many of Indonesians will need your advice on this one. So which undergraduate programs at GEM are most popular with international students in general, I think?
Okay, so I'm the Program Director of the International BBA, which is aimed at students who have just finished the equivalent of their high school diploma, generally. So most of our students tend to be 18 or maybe 19 when they start the program, but we do have a handful of students who have maybe worked for a couple of years and have decided to come back and take up their studies.
Okay. Okay, and do you have any about the scholarship? We talk about scholarship in MBA. Is it the same for scholarship in undergraduates, or do you have special scholarship, especially for high achieving Indonesian students, maybe at the bachelor level?
Unfortunately, no, there aren't scholarships for high achieving Indonesian students, but we do have the early bird scholarships that Chahndra referred to. And also it depends on the family situation. So I advise students to go onto our website and look at our scholarship page as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But
So
there
it's all in
is
the website.
the general early bird scholarships for students who apply early.
Okay. And also, how about the program? Can like student study fully in English at the undergraduate level, or they have to be able to speak French, or how is it?
No, students can do 100%, the program 100% in English. So that means all the classes are taught in English right through from year 1 to year 4. And then students have to take, I take the example of Indonesian students. I imagine that most of them don't speak French. And even if they do, if they have a little bit of French, we encourage them to take French, and they will do up to 6 hours of French per year. Per week. So it can really boost their level of French. So 6 hours a week, that will be 60 hours per semester. So by the time they get to year 4 and they've spent 4 years in France, even if they're beginners, I'd like to hope they would get to at least a B2 level, and maybe even have done some of their internships in France. That's a possibility too.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of internship, is it also well, I'm not sure about the visa, because in some countries, student visa, and when you have a job or internship, you have to have a different visa. Is it something that international can also benefit from the internship?
Yes, any student who is enrolled on the International BBA at GEM has the right to do their internship in France. So the internships, a minimum of 2 months, maximum of 4 months at the end of the first, second and third year of the programme. And in the final year of the programme, the students can do a 6-month internship, which acts as a springboard either into the workplace or into one of our MSCs.
Okay, all right. Oh, also, I would love to ask you, do you have any tips that would make Indonesians applicants, like their applications, stand out? Is there any
Okay,
specific tips that will you give to them?
Okay, so obviously we're looking for a good academic record. They don't have to be the best students, but we're looking for
You don't
good
have to be the
students.
best. Good
Yeah.
student.
Okay.
Note
But
on
they
that.
have to be good students. They're going to have to work hard. They're going to have to be, like Chahndra said, curious and want to go into the workplace. You know, they want to get into the company as soon as possible. I'd advise students, anyone who is listening to this who is still in high school, if you can get yourself a little professional experience, so it might be working in a shop, working in a hotel, if you have family or friends who run a company, even if it's just 1 month, that will make your application stand out, and it will also make it much easier for you to find your first official internship once you get to the end of year 1 of our programme, because that a lot of students don't have that first step, the first step into the company, so that will really make you stand out. So academic track, a small professional experience, and then obviously your level of English.
Your level of English, yes, that's very important. Okay, and following up to that question, because undergraduate, they are still young. What do students usually say about their first semester? Is it really hard for them to fit into the cultures, or how do you usually find them?
Okay, that's a really good question. It's I don't often get that question, but to me it's a really good one. So we have a fantastic international student integration team at GEM who help the students find housing, help them set up bank accounts, all those sorts of things that they need when before they start the program. So we tell students they need to arrive at least 2 weeks before. All right, they'll get an intensive French class as well before they start. just to get them up to speed. So by the time they start class, which is usually the end of the first week in September, they've got somewhere to live. They know how to order a coffee. They know how to buy a baguette, etc.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Very, very
Very
important.
important.
Very important, and they're ready to go. Now, there are also lots of integration activities well at the start of the program. So the students usually mix quite well. The international students as well, usually their level of English is good, so they don't have to adapt to the language inside the classroom. So they usually get up to running speed quite quickly. Obviously, making friends, going towards the French students, that can be a little bit of a challenge as well. But we have lots of exciting things in place to encourage that, a buddy program, language exchanging opportunities, etc. So usually by the end of the first semester, they can't imagine anything else. And the Indonesian students we've had on our program who have only stayed one semester usually tell us they'd like to stay longer.
Wow.
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
nice to hear.
Yeah, it gives our audience a clearer picture, of what they need to prepare. Wow, amazing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank you so much.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I thought that was another question. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Thank you so much, Miss Nancy Blench.
You're
Locatelli.
welcome.
Sounds like
Thank you. Thank you, and
Jam.
I look forward to having many students on the program from Indonesia.
Oh,
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping that.
Yeah.
Sounds like GEM is not just like university, it's more like a community that's very warm
definitely.
and welcoming as well. Like
Yeah.
home away from
definitely.
home. So nothing to worry for Indonesian students
Yeah.
especially. Okay. Now
Thank you.
let's hear from Ms. Dana Brown on international partnership and opportunities. Hi, Dr. Dana. Thank you so much for the opportunities.
Well, thank you for having me here. So I'm Dana Brown. I've just joined GEM in January of this year, and I have worked at business schools for around 25 years. So all over the world, I've worked, including at Oxford and other big name business schools, and I chose GEM because I think it's a fantastic business school. So I thought I might just say a few words about what I'm doing and maybe a little bit about boasting about GEM and the opportunity that you have here to build on what my colleagues have said. So my role actually is to expand our international presence, to grow our international student base, and to create more opportunities really for exchange, for intercultural collaboration. And at GEM, this is a really important part of what we do. And we, really believe that, particularly right now in the world, there's lots of geopolitical tension, and it's really important that an educational institution is making a huge effort to bring people together from around the world to collaborate and partner and work together. And as you said, and as Nancy and Chahndra indicated, GEM creates a really vibrant, welcoming community for that kind of collaboration. And my job is to facilitate that and to also bring GEM a little bit more out into the world. And I create partnerships with universities around the world. And those university partnerships often allow students to do, maybe they want to do some of their degree in their home country in Indonesia, and they'd like to then do the latter part of their degree with us here in France. So we try to create those opportunities with our university partners. And then we have partnerships with companies as well around the world, trying to create opportunities for our students to have internships, to build their careers, and to get kind of work experience in different parts of the world. So that's my wonderful job, and I'm thrilled with that role. It's just great. I've been to Indonesia, by the way, many times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
hope I can come back and we can do some work together. But I did want to point out that GEM is a top business school in France. It's triple accredited, which makes it only 1% of the world's business schools are Triple Crown accredited. We're based in a really wonderful place in Grenoble. Our main campus is here in a city that is so beautiful, surrounded by the mountains. Everywhere you look, you can see the beauty, and also coupled with that is a really vibrant community of technology companies, sustainable energy companies, lots of innovation going on here in Grenoble. So it's a very interesting place to study, and it's a very accessible place, I would say, to be, and enjoyable for students. And we also have a campus in Paris as well. So there's also that opportunity that we create for our students to maybe do some of their studies in Paris, or to go and visit the Paris campus. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like exciting, and I think it travels a lot to many countries. That's exciting as well. Well, since you mentioned about partnership, does GEM in particular work with Indonesian institution or university or embassies right now, maybe?
We don't have too many partnerships right now, but it's most definitely on my agenda to start to create some new partnerships. I think both with universities, business schools, and with the Ministry of Education, to start to look into opportunities for Indonesian students to have funding to come to GEM. And yes, we will be building that a lot, and it's great to have this opportunity to talk to you today as a starting point in many ways.
Okay, and also you also mentioned about exchange. So that means that students both in undergraduate and graduate program can go an exchange program, or what is it
That's
about?
right. That's right. Many of our students participate in a range of different exchange programs, whether that's one semester or a year, or even some shorter
Okay.
programs. We try to create a range of opportunities for students who have different preferences, and those are embedded within our undergraduate and our graduate programs.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's really helpful, I think, for Indonesian students. That's very valuable. Okay. And do you have any exciting new programs or initiative that students should know about, maybe?
Well, quite a lot I mean, in terms of new exchange opportunities, or ones that are on my mind right now. I mean, we've just entered into an agreement with Stanford University, and our students can go and spend some time at Stanford studying innovation and entrepreneurship, and that's a really neat opportunity. We also have an opportunity for some of our students, to go on a global trek to Cambridge University. So we try to create opportunities that will allow our students to gain kind of more of an international experience, and build out their network, right? Because in our careers, of course, our networks are vitally important to our success, and having a global network is a really valuable asset for our students.
Yes, agree. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Dana Brown. Sounds like Grenoble is playing like a long game in international education, and that is very exciting. Okay, Tiara, before I think since we have Michelle here, we can have also
Yeah,
learn from her
maybe.
about her
Yeah.
experience in GEM as well. Hi, Michelle. Thank
Hi,
you for
Michelle.
coordinating all of this.
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, because I know GEM is like one of the best university that I know, because like when I came to France and I see it's very nearby to my home, and I feel like when student can study in a good place, in a good university, at the same time it will make they have a good output after they finish their study.
Okay. So, do you think it's hard? Like, this is your first time study abroad or not really?
Actually, yeah, because
Oh,
like
yeah.
spending my whole life in Indonesia, then I
Okay.
choose to move in to France.
Uh-huh.
And at the beginning, I really nervous to enter
Mm-hmm.
new environment of school because if we understand in Indonesia the culture itself, it's really different because
Yeah.
we have culture difference in Indonesia and in France, and especially it's international. In Indonesia, as I remember, as a student, we just need to hear and follow the
Yeah.
instructions from our teacher. But in this program in MBA of especially we can express what's our idea, what's our
Ah,
thoughts
Wow.
about the things that we discuss in our class. It's
mhm.
really makes me like, oh, okay, I need to try and start speaking about what I'm thinking because in Indonesia we always just follow the
Yes.
discussion and never we can express what we thought about the subject that we discuss.
Yeah. And how about the cultures? Do you like it so far? The
Actually, because
environment? Mhm.
GEM it's very international, so I
Very
didn't
international, yes.
find difficulties when I came to GEM as a student
Mm-hmm.
international. But if you want to blend with the community around the school, it's necessary to learn French. But GEM also provided like a French lesson because I've been learning for 2 semesters in French, and
Okay. Mm-hmm.
we are progressing one of my friends from A2 level to B1 in
Wow.
semester. So
Wow.
it was great.
Yeah. Wow, that's reassuring to know. Yeah, moving to another country can be challenging, but I think gym support is like
Mm-hmm.
makes a big difference. Wow,
Yeah.
I'm sure many students will appreciate the opportunity and support gym offers. Well,
Mm-hmm.
so now
Okay.
we closing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe
Okay.
last sad statement maybe from Miss
Mhm.
Chahndra Dalpong before we are closing this. Do you have
Mhm.
anything to say to Indonesian students or Indonesian parents that um, wants their kids and send their kids to jump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something that's really important that we haven't talked about yet is really the size of Grenoble is really kind of a homey place where it's not too small, but it's not too big. You know,
Mm.
you don't feel like you're going to get lost or overwhelmed. You can still explore. You can use it as a base. It's a beautiful environment, and you know, people can take advantage of just going on hikes or you know, doing kind of little outdoor sports or skiing. So you have this sense of being able to live in the area and enjoy things in a well-rounded, kind of a holistic way. So you've got the business side because, you know, we are a tech, kind of a Silicon Valley of Europe.
Okay.
So we have this balance, but at the same time, you have the nature, you have people who are concerned about the environment, you have people who are forward thinking, who are thinking about how we can talk about durability. So when we talk about sustainability, we talk about sustainability, not just the environment, but also durability. So how can we think long term? So when people are able to come here, they're able to spend the time that they're studying. A lot of people grow attached to the area. It's a beautiful region, like I say. It's very homey. And as Michelle mentioned, it's quite international. We have tons of universities here. We have engineering schools. Of course, we have GEM. GEM is a top-ranked school, not just for the MBA, where you know we're top 50 in our EMBA, and we're top 100. I think we're in the 80s internationally for our MBA, but also for the bachelor program. You know, this is a top program in France for the bachelor's program. It's a strong program. It's incredibly international. We've got a great team. As Nancy mentioned, we really have a great welcome team. A team who really is there to try to assist the students in integrating into the area. I know that I've assisted with some of the master's programs where we have international potlucks and everyone brings something from their culture and we share and we're sensitive. You know, we sensitize people to being understanding and open and celebrate the diversity and the richness. So I think that's some of the most important points. We're not just strong academically, but as you said, Dita, this is really about creating a long-term family. These are connections that you make for life. This is enriching and engaging, and it's the experience that you're going to remember forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why you want to stay there for how long? Like 20 years there, Miss Chahndra? I think that speaks a lot about,
Exactly.
yes. Okay. Miss Nancy, do you have anything to add before we close it?
Yes, thank you for giving me the chance just to say something. What Chandra said, she talked about the size of the city being not too big, not too small, and very friendly place. I'd like just to say a word perhaps to parents. On the International BBA, our class sizes are very small compared to our competitors and compared to universities. So students are in groups of 30 only.
30.
And then within those groups of 30, they are split into groups of 4 or 5 to work on their projects, presentations, etc. So that allows our faculty and me and my team to know most of the students by the end of the first semester by their first names. So it really is quite a big international BBA family, and we will take care of your children if you send them to France.
Yeah, that's such a relief for many parents, I think. Thank you so much. And also, Miss Dana Brown, if you have any closing statements.
Sure. I mean, just
Anything
to
to-
reinforce what my colleagues have said, I mean, when you come and you study internationally, it's really a transformative experience for you. I think all of us around the table have had, three of us have had that experience, and it's really changed our lives and changed our perspectives on who we are as individuals and what we want to achieve in the world. And, you know, the nice thing about coming to GEM is they make that experience so holistic and welcoming. So it's just a wonderful place to be, and we do hope that we will see more students coming from Indonesia, and that we will also be coming to Indonesia and bringing students to Indonesia as well to foster that mutual kind of collaboration and connections that we like to do. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Dana. And also, Michelle, do you have any encouragement for some more Indonesian students will apply to GEM, maybe?
I think I really like one of the quotes from Abraham Lincoln. He said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." I really like this because, like, when in Indonesia, I'm thinking about I want to develop about sustainability, and I'm really glad that I found Grenoble, especially Grenoble École de Management, and I can try to make my path in sustainability towards this campus, and I can build one by one my roadmap to achieve my goals. So, and if you really like outdoors, it's really great place where you can do the study, and after you finish the study, you can go hike. Just take 10 minutes, and you can feel the outdoors. Thank you.
But study first, yeah? Not hiking first, yeah, of course. That- okay, T. Maybe it is time for us to close
Yeah.
the session.
Yeah, I think we all agree that this has been an incredibly rich conversation. On behalf of our Indonesian audience, I want to sincerely thank Madam Chahndra Dalpa, Madam Nancy Blancs Locatelli, and Dr. Dana Brown for their valuable insights today. To all students and family watching, we hope this session has inspired you to dream bigger and believe in your global opportunities. If you have any question or want to learn more about studying in Grenoble École de Management, please don't hesitate to reach out directly to their admission teams or research from their website, right?
Yeah. Thank you
Exactly.
once again to
Yeah.
our wonderful speakers and to everyone who joined us today. Stay inspired, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.